Hey everybody, what's up? We are here with a timeless reading. If anybody is wondering why I haven't done as many zodiac readings lately, it is because the system that I use to figure out who I'm doing a reading for just has not been, it's been coming out that I need to do collective readings more often, so just know that in case you're wondering. I use a deck for those of you that you don't know, I use a deck to decide who I'm doing readings for. So whatever zodiac, or if it's a collective reading, I use a deck and whatever pops out, that's who I do the reading for. And it's just a lot lately been collective readings for some reason. So that is why, in case anyone wants to know. We're starting off with Knight of Cups, and I'm seeing Temperance. What this can mean is that you can be waiting on a message, you can be waiting on someone to say something, or to hear from somebody, or to receive some type of news. What this can also mean too is that you can be trying to formulate something, trying to figure out what to say as well. Having Temperance on the bottom of the deck, this is something where, let's say that this Knight of Cups is you. If you are going to be saying something to someone, if you have, something to say, a message to send, or like a phone call to make, having Temperance can be like, hold up, wait. It's not time to do this. It's not time to reach out, or it's not time to respond yet. What this can also mean too is that if there's a conversation that's being had, to go into it mindfully. This isn't something you want to speed through. This is something where you want to be very deliberate with what's being communicated. And if you need time to figure that out, take the time to figure that out. Okay, some of you, this can be to an employer, it can be to a boss. Some of you, this can have to do with a bank, a financial institution. You know, this could be somebody that would potentially hire you even. If you are the one that is the King of Pentacles in this situation, you can be receiving a message from someone. See how the message is coming through. So if you're the King of Pentacles, you can be in sort of like a bit of a power position actually within 3D. Like you have something important going on here. There's somebody coming through that wants to discuss something with you. If you are this person, you can be going in the direction of someone or something, because this can also be an institution, doesn't only have to be a person. But yeah, there can be somebody, this can even be like, I have to have a conversation with my manager. I have to have a conversation with my boss. It can be something like that. Or like even somebody that is in charge of like your finances, has something to do with your money, you know, employer. Or a potential one. This can also be having a conversation with somebody that you'd possibly want to work with as well. Maybe you don't want to be in this environment anymore though. Possibly. I am seeing the Devil here, which can mean a number of things. It can mean that when I see King of Pentacles and the Devil is next to it, what this can mean is somebody that's like really obsessive about work. And so it can be a little bit of a workaholic energy with the Devil there. But what's on the other side of the Devil is the Queen of Wands. And so that can speak more to a dynamic here. Having Devil between King of Pentacles and Queen of Wands. Actually, let's see what the Devil is doing here. Devil can also indicate something being a bit out of balance as well. Maybe a pattern's come to light with this. I'm seeing the Sun clarifying the Devil. let's go further before we make any assumptions here within this. So these two people know each other. For some of you, there are 3 people involved in this. I don't know what angle to take with this because there are 3 different perspectives that we can speak on. If you are the Queen of Wands here, there can be a feeling of nostalgia that you feel towards this person that is the King of Pentacles. You definitely have history with this person and you can feel nostalgic for, in a way, like reliving or even recreating your history with them, but you can also feel like there's a bit of a toxic dynamic that you have with this person because the devil is there. King of Pentacles can be a bit of a workaholic. We'll just call the cards like what they are, right? King of Pentacles can be a bit of a workaholic and can have some like unfinished business with this Queen of Wands. King of Pentacles can have just something that maybe isn't like a normal, you know, relationship with the Queen of Wands. There can be something potentially like unhealthy that's going on within the dynamic. The devil is here, so this does put a highlight on Capricorn. It doesn't only have to be that, but we are drawn, attention is being drawn to that. Capricorn can be themes of authority, resources can be involved in this as well. When I see King of Pentacles and I see the devil, this can be somebody that is like a business owner. This can be somebody that has some type of financial institution. This can be somebody that they take their work very, very, very seriously, or they take the roles that they play very seriously, almost like that above pretty much anything else. And now also too, like having this Queen of Wands here, there can be something about their past that sort of ties that all in together. But I do get the sense that there are 3 people here. And why I'm saying that is because you have this energy. So let's even say like whoever this is coming through and saying, hey, I have something to say to you. Who does this Knight of Cups have something to say to? It's the King of Pentacles. Hey, I need to let you know something. King of Pentacles can be to the Knight of Cups. King of Pentacles can be a masculine figure. King of Pentacles can be a figure of authority. It can be an earth sign. King of Pentacles can be somebody that they have their livelihoods in some way connected to one another, attached to one another. Now, let's take that away. The King of Pentacles is connected with the devil. This means that this Page of Cups coming through, or this Knight of Cups coming through, can feel like King of Pentacles has something going on that maybe this Knight of Cups is looking at that and feeling like it's a little bit radioactive, is the feeling that I get from this, you know? This person coming through can feel like, oh, this person's caught up in something, they have something going on here. I don't know what this has to do with this person coming through, but I am definitely seeing there be a wanting to move in the direction of this person, but feeling like they have something going on. And this can be some type of drama that's unfolding too. And it feels relevant because maybe it has something to do with how easy or difficult it will be for this message to be received. Because if King of Pentacles is not totally open to this and is more attached to that, and who's even on the other side of that, this can be a person. This can have to do with a person that's connected with it, and it's somebody from their past. So this isn't like a new person that the King of Pentacles is dealing with. This is somebody that King of Pentacles is dealing with that they know, and it does feel like there's something... There's something that's coming to light about the dynamic You know, there can be a focus on that, a focus on something deeply entrenched, even. To have the sun be clarifying the devil, I do feel like something has come to light now with this. I will say more so, this Queen of Wands, I don't always separate readings like this. Like sometimes I read this like all as one person's energy, and undoubtedly it definitely can be, but it feels appropriate to separate it in this instance. This Queen of Wands is looking at King of Pentacles and like having memories about the past that feel comforting to the Queen of Wands. Also, too, when you have the Devil and the Queen of Wands next to each other, it can be somebody that uses tactics that are like kind of seductive, you know. It can be somebody that uses the energy in a way that really polarizes it. So that theme can be something that's coming up too. The Devil can also be like manipulation, tactics, too, stuff where there's a becoming entrenched within something. The Devil can also speak about obsessions that we have too, and it can also talk about something discordant that's going on between these two people. This can even be we're like chained to one another through the Devil. And it can feel like something that maybe isn't like the healthiest thing, maybe not the healthiest dynamic. I want to pull one more card on the Devil and see if anything else comes out to clarify. So yeah, it feels like both of these people have their own thing that's connected to the Devil, and then they have something that binds them where they have that thing in common as well. Ooh, this looks like a toxic, I don't know if we want to label that as toxic. Having the Devil, what's clarifying it is the Lovers. This means that there's history between these two people. Like they could have been partners in the past, whatever that means. They could have dated in the past, had a relationship in the past. Whatever it was, they were like working together, doing something together, something going on. But it can feel like there hasn't been a pulling out of this cycle yet. Like it feels still connected. These people are still connected with one another. Yeah. I don't know who you are within the dynamic, but having the Sun come out to clarify the Devil at first can indicate that there is now an illumination. There's now a focus on, oh, like that dynamic is there, that dynamic is present there. And then also having the Lovers, there can be themes coming up about relationships, about choices, and having the Devil be clarified as the Lovers does feel like there was something that maybe wasn't seen as the most like elevated connection between these two people. You know, it can be seen as something that is, hi O. It can just be seen as something that is coming from a place more of wounding and like wanting to compensate. I guess depending on the perspective too. You know, it can be like playing out old narratives, playing out wounds. This can also be a relationship where there was a outsourcing of things, like rather than recognizing I'm feeling something within myself for me to sort of make up the difference, I can really look at this other person and try to get them to play that role for me, to play that part for me. So I feel I don't want to be reductive in just saying like this is an unhealthy dynamic between these two people. Like there's a purpose to it, but it can feel like it's more so to play out already existing karmic cycles rather than coming from a place where there's a wholeness and there's an energy that feels like both sides are healed and they're coming together. It feels like there's still some type of drama, there's still some unresolved stuff between these two people, and that coming to light, and the basis being about when these people were like together in some type of way. When they were like in a partnership, it can be a business partnership, or it can be a romantic relationship, or it can be a very close friendship, or it can be just something when these people were like closer to each other. And stuff about boundaries can also be related to this as well. So this has come to light. So maybe there wasn't as much of an awareness or a highlight on this. Stuff about the past can be coming up too, because we have Six of Cups here. I'm gonna pull 5 more cards. To have the Devil in the very center of this does feel like it's the center focus of the reading, like stuff that can be observed as dysfunctional can be the things that are coming to light here. That can be what the main focus is. Or where someone can still be tethered, where someone can still be chained. And very much can be both of these people, you know? Like there's a common interest of them, it seems. And it can be something that actually feels more taxing than anything. Okay. Now again, I don't know which character you are within this. What I'm seeing right now is that we have a Page of Wands. When you have a Page of Wands and Hermit being next to it, this means that there's a path that somebody is interested in walking upon. There's something that they want to be doing. So let's say this is your energy, okay? Easiest way to break this down. There's a path that is an option. You can look at that and know, I want to walk down that path, that's where I want to be. But having Hermit here feels like something needs to be analyzed, something needs to be reflected upon. Something needs to be evaluated, and it can be something that feels upsetting just because you don't know the direction that something is going to go in. I'm here and I want to be doing this. This is where I want to be. This is the path I want to walk on. To have a Hermit, it feels like you're walking this way, and then this is the part of you that stops you and is like, hey, I'm looking for answers here before we go any further. I need to understand something. I'm just looking to find some stuff out. I'm looking to review. Again, I'm looking to evaluate what's going on. If this is where I am, I want to like get some details maybe about that. And when it comes to maybe like what one has found so far, this can be something that feels upsetting. Why? Not necessarily because something is going on right now that can feel upsetting, but because of what can happen. Because I very much, for the most part, I see Nine of Swords as being, I'm worried not about what's happening now, but about what could go wrong or what could happen that I don't want to happen. So this is more so a worrying about the future and what could unfold based off of what you have evaluated so far. And for some of you, there could be a relationship that's at stake, because I'm seeing Four of Wands here, or just like something that works that you don't want to be disrupted. Because the Devil even feels like something that's sort of there, but almost feels contained right now. And then to have Nine of Swords below it, this can be bringing up your worst anxieties. This can be bringing up your worst fears to have the Devil over top Nine of Swords, because the Devil is going to amplify whatever energy is there. And so when you have a Nine of Swords there, this means that this is something that can have you really not thinking straight right now because of being so concerned, but in a very like doom and gloom type of way. Because the Devil can really let you go there. Like, let's see how worried you are about this. Let's see how scared you are about this and what could happen and what's really the worst that could happen. And you really going there with the Devil. And it can make it feel very tangible, can make it feel very real. There can be some insecurity that's coming up too with the Devil and the... Wow, the trifecta of earth energy here. All in a triangle. We have Capricorn, we have Taurus, and we also have Virgo here. So the trifecta of earth energy, very interesting to see. If this is something that is really... I'm getting so many words coming through, but there's a specific one that I'm looking for. If there is like a really big heaviness around this, especially fear and anguish and anxiety and worry and anxiety and almost feeling like beside yourself about what to do here, I am seeing the Hierophant be there. So what this means is that you can be seeking out someone's help. You can be seeking out like someone to counsel you through this, or this can be you getting to a place where you reconnect with your own faith through this situation. Anything that you feel like will give you a sense of guidance as you move through this. You know, if you're going through something and you feel like I'm really in a place mentally right now, Hierophant can be somebody that you go to seek guidance from. Even if this is like a book that you go to or something, it doesn't have to be a person. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. And this is somebody that can understand you as well. And you can learn from this person. You may have dialogue with them. Even if this is like you having thoughts and feeling like the book is answering you, you know, or maybe in real time having a conversation with somebody that can sort of guide you through this and feels like it's somebody that can help you sort of like know what to do and how to maneuver through this is how I'm seeing the Hierophant be. Hierophant, Page of Swords, you know, this is somebody that can sort of see what's going on, give you guidance. This can be you connecting with your guides too, you connecting with ancestors, connecting with anybody that you feel like can sort of understand your plight and can give you guidance that you'd want to heed. Strengthen your intuition, and also somebody that understands sort of where you stand within all of this, and that will inform you of how to maneuver through. Something about you doing this can feel oddly familiar to you, and for some of you this can be bringing up stuff from your past as well. Even if these are new people, it can be like something about this feels like I've kind of done this before. And I think before, what I'm remembering right now is that with this Knight of Cups, when it came out, what was on the bottom of the deck is Temperance. And so if you are the one that is the Knight of Cups, if you have something to say, if you have something to express, if you have a move that you want to make here, having on the other side of this Page of Swords feels like before you say anything, before you express anything, before you make a move, to look at what you want to do and break it down and analyze it. Why do I want to say that? What does that mean? That whole thing that you'd be doing with yourself. Basically have like dialogue with yourself, have conversation with yourself, evaluate what this is bringing up for you, what you want to do about it, and then what that means. And it feels like that's going to give you further insight to help you know what to do with this. So I'm seeing a strong, before you be saying something about this, you really need to take the time to reflect and find answers about what exactly it is that you want to be articulating. Having the devil and having the Hierophant here can speak about something that is very old, something that is even built into the system. This feels like it has to do with the connection between these two people. Capricorn is an ancient energy. Taurus is one that likes to stick with what is familiar. So when you have both of these coming together, this is something that is like almost like hitting a rock. And so the way that you are approaching something, regardless of how you're perceiving it and how you're sort of valuing or devaluing this is something that you want to approach mindfully, because it's something that can really like spin you around, is the feeling that I get from this. So you want to make sure that what you're doing is productive, you know? That you're really mindfully, consciously aware of this move that you're making prior to you doing it. Because when the devil is there, it's something that can really twist things around. And when you also have the Hierophant there too, these can speak about very, very ancient patterns that are playing out here. You know, ones that feel sort of set in stone and can feel immovable at times. Like this can be something that you may want to tread mindfully around. Feel like there's something more that I'm not picking up on with this. Like for the energy that is the Knight of Cups, to have sort of the devil on the other side of it, like I don't know if this is just something about recognizing the quality of something or recognizing like what it looks like from where you're standing. Maybe it's even just about gaining awareness of what's going on, like gaining more insight about sort of something that is taking place and what exactly that is. Having Hierophant and having Six of Cups be connected with one another, this can be like a very old familiar way of doing things. But I wonder too if with the devil it's something that sort of wants to remain unchanged. And like, do we have to do anything with the devil here in the first place, you know? Like, can it just be allowed to be? Like, can you allow something to be as it is, or do you feel like, no, you can't? I want to clarify again to see if there's anything else to pull. I wonder if this is like maybe highlighting your own obsession with something, you know? Your own way of looking at something. Okay, so this is something to be worked out here. Conflict. But then I'm seeing Ace of Swords, so you're going to have a breakthrough. I wonder like what you're going to see within this. After the Hermit, having the devil come out can be what you're recognizing within this that is like reflective of self and your own schemas of things, and it can also be your own ways of thinking too, and where you are actually like crystallized and stuck based off of your own past. And that can be something that's happening for everybody involved in this as well. But I do feel like something that initially you could have seen being like, oh, that's what's happening over there, but then the closer you get to it, you like realize that you're having your own version of that occurring simultaneously, and that's why you're also involved in this with the devil. So this can be like your own patterns that you're picking up on through this stuff that you're seeing that's not just them over there, but also involves you too, and where you can be very stuck and dug into things that may not be the most productive for you. You know, it can be stuff that you're looking at and stuff that you're breaking down and seeing where you had actually been stuck, you know, where you had been unchanging, where you crystallized something, where you solidified that thing that now can be a time where it's becoming untangled. Especially based off of old beliefs with the Hierophant and Six of Cups. This can be stuff that formed a long, long time ago that you're still sort of riding that wave, and it can be bringing up things for you that you're checking into about, you know, about yourself, seeing yourself reflected in this instance. Having Page of Wands, something that you want to be doing. Having King of Pentacles, this is about the role that you're playing, and it can also be about a role that you're expecting somebody else to play. And there can be fear about what's going to be happening. And there can be concern over another person that's involved. When you have King of Pentacles and there is fear around King of Pentacles, the concern can be somebody's not going to live up to their obligations, that somebody is not going to do what they said that they're going to do, that somebody is not going to do the job right, that they're going to fail. That can be the fear around King of Pentacles, you know, that somebody is not reliable, I can't rely on them, you know, and you can be having those feelings about yourself. You can also be having those feelings about this person too. And it can also be about like the role that you're playing within this as well, and the concern. And how do you move through this in a way where you're trusting yourself, where you're finding yourself trust and replacing that where insecurity had been? You know, replacing insecurity with self-trust and a willingness to show up and to believe in the way that you move through. If there's something that you want to do and you feel like fear is sort of blocking that or making you wobble a little bit, now is the time to look into that and say, if this is something that I want to do, the only thing that would hold me back is fear. And you can be really undressing that and getting to the bottom of it. And I think, again, like this is about addressing your own stuff, even though initially you could have seen something and saw it upon another person, and now it's giving you access to that realm within you that is very much involved in this as well, you know, and bringing up your own fears that are involved in this. And that can be, you know, just what this is bringing up for you and what you can learn. Like, what is this? What are you so worried about? What are you so concerned over? What do you want to happen? What do you not want to happen? What if that does happen? What if that doesn't happen? You know, it can just really take you on that little ride that you're going on in your head, and you can be learning about your values from that. You can be learning about your belief systems through that. What has this triggered for you? And seeing this as a good thing, because it allows you to just put a flashlight to what's already there. This isn't bringing up something new for you. This is just highlighting something that's already there. And I think it's really going to help you move through this in a way where you appreciate and respect the way that you handle this. And that's why this, let me take some time to really figure this out and self-address before I'm addressing anyone or anything else. Because you're going to see yourself reflected in places that before you would have interpreted it as being somebody else's energy, like these other people that are in here, and it's really just reflections of you that you're seeing. So it feels like that makes sense why we started this off saying there are these different people within this, and now we're coming back to it's all you within it. Stuff about your past coming up, stuff about things that are ingrained within you, you know? Stuff about self-beliefs as well, self-confidence, your belief systems in general surrounding self. This can be about your attractiveness, it can be about your confidence, it can be about... It feels like this brings up stuff that has to do with you exuding the energy that you want to exude, coming off the way that you want to come off, having control in a way that you want to, or when you're not in control, how you're being perceived, ultimately how you're showing up, and if you're really being yourself, and belief systems that you have surrounding those things. Because Queen of Wands, it has to do with your self-esteem, it has to do with your character, it has to do with your self-expression, and it can also be about your insecurities as well, and your belief system surrounding those things. And this can be bringing stuff up where you have time to, it's a perfect time to be evaluating those things. How I feel about myself, how is that reflected in what I'm seeing going on here? And what fears are being brought up for me now? Because I'm seeing something that feels very, very heavy, a very real experience that one is having. And you can be looking at it like, how do I want to play my role in this? What is my role in this? How do I do it in a way that aligns with my values and the way that I expect myself to show up here? And I want to communicate about this thing that I'm involved with, and I want to make a move, I want to express myself, and all of this is going to inform what that move is, what that's going to be, how to take action. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.